family. On behalf of all the distributors around the world, I want to say thank you. Randy and I, we've traveled the world together, and we've known each other for over 10 years. And Scott is like a brother. And just like any family, we love each other. There are times we get along. There are times we don't. But the love is always here. It's always been and always will. We truly have embarked on a journey that has surpassed my imagination. We have embarked on a journey of self-discovery, a journey of self-expansion. I am forever grateful for Randy, Scott, and Isabel, for what you guys have created, but more importantly, for what you are continuing to do. And I commit for the rest of my life. I am committed to Jeunesse. I'm committed to Wendy and Randy, Scott and Isabel, and together we will touch and change more lives. So thank you so very much. Thank you. Yesterday, as we were backstage, all the diamonds were parading, getting ready to parade on stage. Lucy West, backstage, asked me this question. She says, Kim, when we started a little over 5.5 years ago, did you foresee that all this would happen? Look at what Jeunesse has grown into. It's a kind of loaded question. Did I saw that this all was going to happen? Obviously, we all can come up with intelligent answers. And as I reflect on my journey of how we started, that I still recalled in 2009, Wendy and Randy flew to California. They were in Orange County. We had lunch there. And I remember Randy said, Kim, with Jeunesse, you're going to look more beautiful, you're going to look younger and more beautiful. I said, Randy, you are such a salesperson. But you know what? To each and every word Randy said, it came true. Not only beautiful on the outside, but beautiful from the inside. It's been a very humbling journey, because I remember we started with a couple of my friends in my kitchen table in Los Angeles. Nobody had used the product yet. Nobody had made a dime yet. There's no jade, no pearl, no sapphire, nothing. Nobody earned a dime. But with raw belief, raw determination, and a ton of action, look at what we have here today. I am very thankful for the group of people that have faith and belief in this opportunity when we started 5.5 years ago. And I'm very thankful to have incredible entrepreneurs and pioneers in different countries that you have seen them walk through the stage. And as they were talking, as the images started reflected in my head, I still remember those two one-on-ones. And I still remember that we were at Shangri-La in Thailand, talking to T, was helping translating with Tanette. And I flew many hours. And I still remember I was trying to stay awake and I was doing yoga back then. I don't know if you saw that in the lounge. Images start floating in your head. How did all this happen? Was there a crystal ball that tells me, you know what, someday we're going to be a top company in the world. All I did, all we did, was to put one foot in front of the other and took what we have and just step at a time and just walked it. It's life. Jeunesse has been an incredible life lesson for me. In the beginning, 20-somewhat years ago, when I first entered network marketing, it was all about money. I wanted to get the money issue out of the way. I wanted to make money so that I wouldn't have to suffer any lack of money. And you know, it's interesting in how life works. It's as if when you get the money issue out of the way, another life purpose, another meaning come into your way. And each and every single one of you have served as a learning experience for me as a human being. It is very humbling experience for me to stand in front of all of you. I am no different than any one of you. As a matter of fact, I'm a housewife. My husband's a physician. He has a medical practice in Southern California. Often people asked, Kim, why are you doing this? Why don't you just be a doctor's wife and stay home? Absolutely, I could do that. My question is, why not? And I think too often times in life that we have lived life like the slide that Lyndon had talked about, children. I still recall as a child, when I was younger, I had dreams, I had goals. But seemingly as we live life, it's like we let the life take something out of us. And sometimes in life, it took us, something happens in our life that as if our backs were against a wall. And that's at a time that we enter a whole new space of possibility. It's hard for me to describe my feelings because the words that came out of our mouths sometimes, the minute it came out, it no longer represents that feeling deep within us. It's just like all of you came here this weekend. You came here, you saw what you saw. More importantly, you felt what you felt. And as you go back home, trying to articulate that feeling that you experienced. Other people might not get you. They might not understand you. But understand something. You know how you feel. We want to hear what we want to hear. We want to believe what we want to believe. This whole entire event, corporate have put this event together for each and every single one of us. It's for you. Many times we feel like we have to put that, boxing glove on and go out there and fight the world. That one world that we have to fight. You know what that is? It's that world within ourselves. After 20-somewhat years as an entrepreneur, I realized that there are many worlds that we survive in. We lived in. And that world surrounds us with our thoughts, our feelings. And because of that, we project on what other people said about us. And as a result, we tend to lean in to what people think. Did you think in 2009 when we first started this opportunity, did you think everybody said yes to us? There were more people that said we were crazy than believed in us. But it wasn't about them. Do you know who it was about? You, us. This is an amazing business platform. It is a game changer. 80% of our organization are people that have never, ever done network marketing before. There's a whole new wave of professionalism coming into this industry. And I hope you feel that. You know, life seemingly works in mysterious ways. For those of us that live in the United States, we usually get our check in the mailbox every Thursday. So on Thursday, before I came here, I went to the mailbox and I picked up my check. I was busy packing, I put the check in my purse. Who would have known, sitting here, listening to, seeing what I saw. It's hard to articulate in words of what I felt, what we all felt. I thought to myself, isn't it amazing that there happened to be a check in my mailbox, in my purse? That we are blessed to give. Think about that for a second. How this all worked out. Usually I get my check, what's the first thing I do? Go to the bank and deposit it. But amazingly, the act of giving, truly, the last 5.5 years with Jeunesse has given me a deeper understanding of life, of understanding humanity, of understanding who I am, and has allowed me to go into a space. It's no longer about money. I don't know how you would feel if you have the blessing to have the opportunity to help build a village. If you have the opportunity to help build schools, to build orphanage, to build hospitals in the less fortunate countries, or for the less fortunate children. I don't know how you would feel. But for me, no words can describe what lives in my heart. And I believe through this event, we as human beings, as earthlings living on this planet, I believe you all felt something. Jeunesse is not about the how-tos. It's about your why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to succeed? I believe money and success is like a magnifying glass. It magnifies more of who we are. I had the blessing the last 5.5 years. I've traveled to over 30 countries, building Jeunesse Global. And it's such an amazing experience to witness the success, the growth of all our leaders. You know, as you travel different parts of the world, the leader, those people that have worked hard, that persist, they are now buying Mercedes-Benz, buying luxury cars, and buying mansions. You know, you know, sometimes we underestimate the decision, the very tiniest decision we make. And that tiniest decision that we make and the action that we took can create a global movement, a global impact. But it's got to start from here. This platform, this industry, has really taught me and continue to teach me how to become a better person, how to embrace differences. What would you do if you knew without a doubt that you're going to be a triple diamond? What would you do? I want you to, sometimes these kind of things may take some time to digest. This is a leadership conference. What would you do if whatever it is that in your dream that you can achieve here and beyond, what would you do? What kind of action would you take? years later, that you are able to buy a beautiful mansion for your family, that you're able to take your parents travel around the world, that you're able to pay for your kids' education, that you're able to do charitable causes around the world, what would you do? How would you live your life? How would you? How would you live your life? Are we going to be encapsulate ourselves with all those fears, with all those doubts, or do we have the courage to charter into the unknown? Any project 5.5 years ago, embarking this journey, it was the unknown. But it's a wonderful feeling. There was a sense of wonder, like a childlike wonder. I said, what if this can happen? But if it's meant to be, it's up to whom? It's up to me. And I believe there is a diamond in each and every single one of us. There is a diamond in every single one of you. Do you have the courage to let this process to define who we are? Do you have the courage to charter in the unknown? Because wealth, freedom, is not in your comfort zone. Wealth and freedom are in the unknown. If you knew that you can make your dreams come true, if you knew that your action would be able to touch lives around the world, what would you do? Are you willing to break free? Are you? Yeah. Are we willing to break free? Are we? Yeah. Only you can answer that question, because there is a diamond, brilliantly shining diamond, sitting inside each and every single one of you. And I love this article I read. And today, this weekend, as we're here in Caesar's Palace, whenever we walk to this conference room from our room, and I see that statue. What is that statue? The statue of whom? Of David. There was an article that the reporter had interviewed Michelangelo, the artist that created David. And they asked him, Mr. Michelangelo, how did you have this vision, this imagination, creating this beautiful, wonderful statue of David? Michelangelo said, I didn't create David. David was already inside that block of marble. He says, all I did was to chip out the imperfections that didn't belong to David. Do you have the courage? Do you have the courage? Be the Michelangelo of yourself. And I hope this weekend, I'm going to introduce the best and the most powerful person that you have never met. You know who that is? It's a person that you have never ever met. Perhaps you have never ever seen. And yet that person lives inside of you. To me, jeunesse, it's no longer a business. It's a way of life. The last 5 years, if you only travel with me and seen how many lives been touched and changed, and the stories that you get to hear, I couldn't help but truly humbles me as a human being. We are very, very blessed. This is a very, very, very blessed company. I am forever grateful for each and every single one of you, because somehow, somewhat, some way, you have touched my life. Sometimes, it's not the words that we spoke. It's that stillness. It's that silence that we felt in here. I hope each and every one of you have the courage from this weekend on to go out there and touch someone else's lives, to go out there and make a difference in this world. And I believe together we will build a $1 billion brand and beyond in Gymnast Global. Thank you very much. I love Gymnast.